What's up, moviegoers? Welcome to the Markio Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony. In this episode of the Markio Podcast, I'm talking about Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Directed by Joe Chappelle, written by Daniel Farrands, starring Donald Pleasence and Paul Rudd. The movie was released September 29th, 1995. It has a running time of 88 minutes for the theatrical cut and 96 minutes for the producer's cut. The budget was $5 million and grossed $15.1 million at the box office in the U.S. Now, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers is the sixth installment in the Halloween series and is set 6 years after the events of the fifth film. The plot follows Michael Myers as he stalks the Strode family, cousins of Laurie Strode, in order to kill his last surviving relatives, while Dr. Loomis still is on the pursuit of Michael Myers. Now, the thing about this movie is that it also reveals the source of Michael's immortality and his drive to kill and the reason for his killings. And sadly, Donald Pleasence died on February 2nd, 1995, nearly 8 months before the film was released, and the film is dedicated in his memory. Now, after the release of the movie on home video, the original work print of the film, which featured 45 minutes of alternate footage and a different ending, was discovered by fans of the series. It was then dubbed the producer's cut, which developed a cult following with bootleg DVD copies sold on eBay and online petitions for an official release of it. Now, in 2014, the producer's cut was officially released on Blu-ray. Now, we find out over the course of the movie that there is something that drives Michael Myers to kill. Now, Tommy Doyle was being babysat by Jamie Lee Curtis's character in the first movie. He was the young boy. Now, he has grown older, he remembers what's happened, and he wants to find out what is Michael Myers and who he is. Now, Tommy Doyle reveals and believes that Michael has been inflicted with Thorn, an ancient druid curse, and long ago one child from each tribe was chosen to bear the curse of Thorn, and must be sacrificed the next of kin on the night of Halloween. So basically, the thing that drives, Michael Myers is a curse, a druid curse that was sacrificed evidently on the night of Halloween. And we find out that the man in black is the one behind the Thorn organization, or in this curse, which makes Michael Myers immortal and he can't be killed for any reason. And then Dr. Loomis finds this out and, he tries to stop Michael once and for all. This movie is very notable because we get to see Donald Pleasence in his final acting role in a Michael Myers Halloween movie, and it's great. Seeing Donald Pleasence play the role for so many movies up until the point where he passed away, sadly, was good. He really drove the movie. And seeing Paul Rudd, a young Paul Rudd, in this movie was great. He definitely gave the role of Tommy Doyle something to, work on, and it was really, really good. And seeing Paul Rudd in this was great because even if you see him now, he doesn't age at all. And Paul Rudd is a very underrated actor. Of course, he's known for Ant-Man, Clueless, and many other comedic roles, but he's very underrated. And at times, there are a lot of fans out there who didn't like Paul Rudd, but I personally love him. He's a great actor, and he's very, very good at what he does. Nothing about this movie is scary. Nothing about this movie is interesting, even though it's categorized as a slasher film. It's nothing of that nature at all. It doesn't give any scares. It's much more of a thriller. And the way that Michael Myers kills the Strode family was new and inventive, but it looks like it's been done before in many other horror movies. The final showdown between Michael and Dr. Loomis was really, really good. Now, Tommy Doyle beats the shit out of Michael Myers with a lead pipe, and this green spew of blood just comes out of Michael, and that's it. And he's left unconscious. And then Tommy and the other character, Kara, and the children leave Smith's Grove, while Loomis stays behind to take care of business. I'm pretty sure the business is killing Michael once and for all. And the interesting thing about that is when the camera goes back into the building, we see that inside Michael's mask lies alone on the lab floor. And all of a sudden we hear Dr. Loomis in the background screaming. And it goes to black, and that's it, and we don't know. But here's the thing. In the producer's cut of the movie, we find out that Dr. Loomis goes back in and he says something to Michael along the lines like, "You've done this so many years, why don't you just stop?" Something. But Michael doesn't do anything, and Michael just grabs his arm. And all of a sudden, it's revealed that Dr. Loomis has been branded with the curse of Thorn, basically saying that he must watch over Michael now. And, they'll be doing this for eternity, no matter how many times Michael lives or dies. So it was good to see, but when you see the theatrical cut and the 88 minutes or the 45 minutes that's cut from this movie, there are so many plot holes, nothing makes sense, and nothing is really, really interesting at all. It was good because it's like a detective movie. We see Tommy trying to figure out what's causing Michael to do certain things. And Donald Pleasance, so-called character of Dr. Loomis, is more of a background character because he's so up there with age and he's so old that he's been doing this for so long and just chasing after Michael that he keeps wanting to do it over and over again because he wants to finally, put an end to everything. It's good to see the commitment that Dr. Loomis had, a passion for what he did, and he just wanted to do certain things and just end Michael, and that was it. But as long as Michael Myers was alive, Dr. Loomis was alive. And I feel like this is where the movies should have ended and nothing else, because you can't do anything else. Even though Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, was in the first one and she's the main character, now Donald Pleasance played Dr. Loomis in 5 movies, and that's saying something. And when you see an actor like that reprise his role as this character, he loved the character and he just, stood there. And Donald Pleasance was one of those, operatic and, theatrical actors who were very underrated, and an English actor who was very committed to his craft. And you can see that over the course of time when he was in these Halloween movies. He was committed and he wanted this character to, finally have an ending. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? And did you like the theatrical cut better? Or did you like the producer's cut better? And what do you think about this whole Thorn Druid curse? Do you think that this is what really drove Michael to kill based on his immortality and what made him, superhuman, so to speak? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm very curious to hear your answers. And be sure you tune into the next episode of the Markio Podcast, where I talk about Halloween H2O 20 years later. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos and new podcast episodes on the Markio Productions YouTube page. And follow Markio Productions on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And follow me, Anthony, your host, on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Filmstock. And follow the Markio Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll leave a link to all the social media accounts in the description box below. You can check it out and follow along. All right, everyone, that does it for today's episode. I'm your host, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in.